Most of my life, I thought discipline was this thing other people had, like a clean, sharp personality trait. You either wake up early, hit the gym, work hard, stay consistent, or you're the other type. The type that starts things, gets excited for 3 days, then disappears. And I spent years thinking I was that second type. Lazy, weak, a guy who talks big and then folds the second it gets uncomfortable. I'd make plans, write goals, promise myself I'd change, and then I'd watch myself do the exact same stupid stuff again. Not even dramatic stuff, just the small, humiliating kind. I'll train today. Then it's 11 p.m. and I'm still in the same hoodie, scrolling like a zombie. I'll focus. Then somehow I'm watching a random video about some guy restoring a rusty knife from 1890. And every time it felt personal. Like proof. Like my brain was saying, see, you don't have it. You're not one of them. But at some point, I started noticing something that messed with that whole story. It wasn't that I couldn't be disciplined. It was that I could be disciplined in some situations and completely useless in others. Same person, same goals, same day, different context. And that's when it hit me. The problem wasn't that I was weak. The problem was that I kept trying to fight my own brain like it was my enemy. The truth is, your brain doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care that you want to look better, make more money, learn a skill, build something. Your brain cares about one thing, right now. Comfort, energy, quick reward, that's it. And people get offended by that, like it's some moral failure. But it's not. It's biology. Your brain was built for survival, not self-improvement. It was built for a world where you don't waste energy unless you have to. So when you tell yourself, I should go train, your brain hears, let's burn calories for no immediate reason. When you tell yourself, I should work, your brain hears, let's do something hard now, so maybe later life is better. And then your phone is sitting there, offering dopamine instantly with no effort, no risk, no delay, and you wonder why you keep choosing it. It's not because you're weak, it's because the game is rigged. And the worst part is how we respond to it. We try to fix it with willpower. Like, willpower is this unlimited fuel tank. Like, you can just lock in forever. But willpower is not a strategy. It's a short burst. It works when you're fresh, when life is calm, when you slept well, when you're not stressed. But when you're tired, when you've had a long day, when your head is noisy, when you're anxious, when you're hungry, when you're bored, willpower collapses. And then you fall back into autopilot. And autopilot always chooses the easiest thing. That's why you can be motivated on Monday and a ghost by Thursday. That's why you can promise yourself you'll change, and then watch yourself repeat the same pattern like you're possessed. So, at some point, I stopped asking, why am I like this? And I started asking a better question. Why is the wrong choice always easier? Because once you see that, everything changes. People love to act like discipline is something inside you. Like it's a moral muscle. But the real fight is not inside you. It's around you. It's your environment. Your setup, your default, your room, your phone, your routine, your triggers. If your workout clothes are hidden in a drawer and your phone is on your pillow, you're not choosing between discipline and laziness. You're choosing between what's easy and what's annoying. And your brain is going to choose easy every time. Not because you're a loser, because your brain is efficient. That's what it does. The people who look disciplined aren't fighting harder than you. They're not more special than you. They just designed their life so the good choice happens without a debate. They made it the path of least resistance. That's it. They didn't become a different species. They just stopped relying on motivation and started relying on structure. When I started doing that, it felt almost insulting how much easier things got. Like, this was the whole secret? Not some mindset speech, not some transformation, just making the right thing easier than the wrong thing. I started doing small stuff. Embarrassingly small. If I wanted to train, I'd put my clothes out the night before. Not as some cute productivity trick, as a trap. Like I'm trying to corner my own lazy brain. If I wanted to work, I'd open my laptop and leave the file ready so I didn't have to start. If I wanted to stop scrolling, I'd delete the apps, log out, make it annoying to get back in. Because I finally accepted something that changed everything. I can't out-discipline a world designed to distract me. But I can. Out-design it. And then I learned something else that made it even easier. Your brain runs on autopilot habits. You do tons of things without thinking. Brush your teeth, make coffee, lock the door, sit down on the couch. Those are already wired in. So instead of trying to build discipline from scratch, you attach new habits to old ones. After I brush my teeth, I do 10 push-ups. After I make coffee, I work for 5 minutes. After I sit down, I read 1 page before I touch my phone. And people underestimate how powerful that is because it sounds too simple. But that's the point. Simple works. The real enemy is the start. Starting is where you lose. Once you start, momentum kicks in. So you don't need motivation. You need a trigger that forces you into motion. And the trick is you start so small it feels stupid. 2 minutes, 1 page, 5 minutes. Because consistency beats intensity every time. Intensity is ego. Consistency is what actually changes you. And that's when I realized procrastination isn't laziness either. Procrastination is usually just a badly designed task. The task isn't obvious, it's not attractive, it's too hard to start. And it has no reward, so your brain avoids it. Of course it does. You're not broken, your system is. And the final piece, the one that made it stick, was identity. Because you can't hate yourself into change. You can't call yourself lazy every day and expect to become consistent. Your brain listens to how you describe yourself. If you keep telling yourself, I'm the kind of person who never sticks to things, your actions will match that story. Not because you want them to, because your brain wants consistency with your self-image. So I stopped trying to become disciplined. I started trying to become the kind of person who shows up, even for 2 minutes, even when it's ugly, even when it's not impressive, because every time you do the habit, you're casting a vote for that identity. You're proving something to yourself, and over time, that proof becomes real. That's what discipline actually is, not some heroic inner strength. It's a side effect of designing your environment, stacking habits, reducing friction, and building an identity that you reinforce through small wins. So if you've been carrying shame because you can't stick to your plans, drop it. You were trying to win a fight you were never supposed to fight with willpower. You don't need to become a different person overnight. You need to change the setup, make the right choice easier, make the wrong choice harder. Start so small you can't say no, and then let time do what motivation never could.